Now let us have some examples of pairs of angles. You will decide and identify which pair of angles are adjacent angles, complementary angles, and supplementary angles. So, okay, using the figure, let us explore example number 1, A and B. So for letter A, angle ADI and angle RDI is a pair of adjacent angles containing a common side, which is ID, and the vertex is point D. Then we have angle ADP and angle IDR. So this angle are non-adjacent angle because they don't have the common side even though they have common vertex. So same with the angle IDR and PDE. They are also non-adjacent angles. So because they don't have the common side, for letter B we have angle ADP and angle IDR. So these angles are complementary angles since the measure of angle ADP is equal to 45 degree and also the measure of angle IDR is equal to 45 degree. So based on the definition of complementary angles, where the sum of their degree measure is equal to 90 degree. So they are called complementary angles but non-adjacent angles. For number 2, we have angle IDR and angle IDP. So these are supplementary angles since they are adjacent angles and form a linear pair. So we can say that their measure when added is equal to 180 degree. So angle IDR and angle IDP form a straight line. So that means the measure of these two angles are equal to 180 degrees. For number 3, we have angle RDE and angle PDE. It is also a supplementary angle because they are also adjacent angles and form a linear pair, so we can say that their measures when added is equal to 180 degrees. So angle RDE and angle PDE are two adjacent angles. So for number 4, we have angle adjacent to angle ADI or angle ADP and angle IDR. So this angle ADI are adjacent to these two angles. We have ADP and angle IDR. So this angle ADI is adjacent to this two angle IDR and angle ADP. Let us have this another example. So two angles are supplementary angles. One angle is 32 degrees larger than the other. So find the measure of both angles. Let us have the solution. So first, represent the statements. One angle is 32 larger than the other. So we can use a variable to determine the smaller angle. So for example, we have x for the smaller angle. And since it said that one angle is 32 larger than the other, so that means you will add 32 to the smaller one. This will be x plus 32. This is the larger angle. Next, adding up the angles will result to 180 since the problem states that two angles are supplementary angle. So when we say supplementary angle, the result is 180 degree. So you will add the smaller angle and the larger angle. So x plus 32 is equal to 180. Next, adding like terms. So x plus x is equal to 2x. So 2x plus 32 is equal to 180. Next is combining like terms using subtraction property of equality, or the SPE. We need to subtract 32 to both sides. So we have 2x plus 32 minus 32 will result to 0. And then 180 minus 32 is equal to 148. Next one, we have to simplify and divide both sides by 2 to eliminate the numerical coefficient of x. So, dapat matitira lang dito is x. So, para maalis na si 2, you will divide 2 to both sides. So, 2 divided by 2 is, 2x divided by 2 is x. And then 148 divided by 2 is 74. Now, we have the value of the smaller angle. So, since x is the smaller angle, so x is equal to 74, that means the smaller angle measure 74 degree. Now, how can we get the larger angle? We have x plus 32. So, you will add the value of x, which is 74, plus 32. Substitute the value of x, and the result is 106. So the measure of the larger angle. So we already have the measure of smaller angle and the measure of the larger angle. So 74 and 106. So when you add these two angles, the result is 180 degrees. So since they are supplementary angles.